Our time. I have a very, very special guest here. I'm sorry, he's not a special guest, man. This is family. This is CFE's. This is my big brother, Mr. Doug Hollywood.
What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? Glad to be here. Glad y'all have me on the show.
Hey, we had to, man. We definitely had to. You are out here making noise, man. So do me a favor, kind of give the fans a little bit about you, Doug, before we get started.
Well, uh, born in Virginia, lived on the East Coast a little bit, lived in New York for a while. They always want to know why did I get into this or how. So honestly, if my sister and them are watching, they would tell you I was a class clown. I was the clown at home. So between me and my mom, God rest her soul, we sit there and watch cartoons. I imitate the cartoons. And I figure, you know what? I like making people laugh. So that's what I want to do. So, but I picked the wrong time. I would do it while we was in school, in class, sometimes church. But that motivated me because I like to see my family and friends smile. When they're down, I made them laugh. That got them going. So stuff like that along that line is what kept me going. It got me really into this right now.
Exactly. And I love it, man, because there's not a lot of people like you, Doug. I've been around a lot of people, man, and especially on set. You have people who make you feel uncomfortable because they're just so serious. You know what I'm saying? And they want to get in character. So meeting new people on set, you just never know their you just never know their mindset. So let me ask you this: I know a lot of people want to ask Hollywood. So how'd you come up with the last name Hollywood? I love that.
Actually, I didn't. It was the guys at work. When they found out that I was hooking up with the CFE family and started looking at stuff on Facebook, seeing my progress, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, she ain't Doug Barber no more. That's Doug Hollywood. They headed to Hollywood. So now every time we get on the radio, it's not, hey, Doug Barber, hey, Doug Hollywood, can you da 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 da. So you know what? Let me go and let this name stick with me. That could be a stage name, and I kind of like it, so I kept.
No, I love it, man. That was different. So when I remember the first time we met, and you had came to my audition for Miss Parker, and
Yep.
when I saw Hollywood, I was like, that's kind of unique, And I was asking my wife, I was asking Pam, I was like, babe, is he famous? Let's look him up and find out and see, man. But that name is stuck out. You know what I'm saying? It's different, and the fact that really is your personality, and that's what we love about you. So Doug Hollywood is what's real. We love that. Definitely love that. So I have a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
All right. So my number one question for you, Doug: what motivates you to stay so supportive throughout these projects that you're in?
What motivates me to stay? What was the last part?
Just stay supportive in these like in the movies you're in.
It's just the people that are around me, the positive vibes I get from them. You know, I don't want to come in what we call a Debbie Downer. I want to come in. That's why whenever you see me, I'm always laughing, joking, and playing games and stuff like that with people. It's because that keeps me grounded. You know, if I'm coming in there with it not being grounded, so to speak, and there's another person not being grounded, but then that vibe can just move on to someone else, and we got everybody up in there that's feeling certain kind of way. So my goal is when I'm on set, I like making people laugh. I'm gonna continue to do that to the day I die. I'm gonna always make people laugh and keep them up, keep that upbeat tempo going.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, bro, and that's what we love, man. When we had you on the set of Miss Parker, you kept everybody entertained, man. And I believe that was the best part of the set because you have to have a good time on set, and
I love that, man, because when I started, I was an extra. So, you know what? I figure everybody, a little bit of laughing here, and I said, I'll turn it up. Because I remember asking, do I get to tase anybody? Nope. Do I get to nope. I'm gonna do something. I'm a police officer. I need to kick something in a SWAT roll or something. So all day long, that was that running joke, And
Yeah.
he's waiting to tell you somebody.
Who gonna be our victim? That was so funny, man. And the cast, they love you. They love you. They love you, man. And the fact that you made a mark on us, and it's truly a blessing, bro. Because your spirit is high, and that's what we need, man. And can I tell you this, Doug? And
What's that?
I'm being very serious with you. So one day in the group message for remember the day I met you, the film that we're doing now.
Yeah.
Man, wife was at work, and then that morning, bro, I just had a bad morning. I woke up not feeling well. I wasn't here, and I prayed, but I heard a notification, a ding, and I was like, "Who's this? Let me go find out who this is." And I opened the group message, and it's you. Good morning. I was like, "Hey, man, that good morning." When I tell you, it blessed my heart because you're the only one who said good morning out of the whole day, besides wifey, and it blessed my heart, big bro, because you never know what somebody is going through. And that good morning can change everything. So the fact that that's who you are, big bro, it's a blessing. It's truly a blessing.
And that's because of my upbringing with my mother and my grandmother, and especially my uncles, because they was always there day in and day out. Always my family always taught me to be myself. Do not change for nobody.
That's right.
You always be polite towards those people because you don't know what they're going through.
That's
You
right.
don't know what kind of day they have. So if I'm having a bad day, I'm not going to pass it on to somebody else. I'm going to do what I do to y'all. Good morning, fam. Have a blessed day.
Yep.
If I catch my nieces and nephews, which some of y'all don't know, I adopted his nieces, his daughters, and his sons. So they're my nieces and nephews. So if I'm on set and I'm feeling bad, all I gotta do is pick up one of them. They done got my spirits back up. So then now it's on for everybody else.
Yep.
That's just truly me, bro. Trying to stay humble and keep everybody else uplifted.
And man, you are doing an amazing job, Doug. You are doing
Thank
an
you.
amazing job,
Thank
man. And we here at CFE are very proud of you. Very proud
Thank
of
you.
you. And we cannot wait to get say I can hear you say again.
Sir,
No, I couldn't hear the last thing you said.
I said thank you, and I'm very proud to be part of the CFE family. Very proud.
Oh, it's an honor. Yes, sir. It's an
Very-
honor. So this is going to lead into our second question. What
Okay.
part? Well, I'd rather ask this way. So let's say, can you give us a recent film that you're a part of right now?
I did 2 with CFE. Tell Me Why. I played a priest, and I remember the day I met you. I played a doctor.
So I want you to pick out of those 2 roles. I want you to pick one and tell me what story speaks to you the most and why.
And what was that last part? What story? What?
So which 2 of those? I remember the day I met you, and Tell Me Why, and Miss Parker. I want you to pick one of those roles and tell me and the fans which one spoke to you, which role spoke to you, and why.
I'm gonna have to go with Tell Me Why. The reason I said that, even with all 3 films, real quick, I'm stepping out of my element because my element was to make people laugh and have fun. So, especially with Tell Me Why and I Remember the Day I Met You, those were way out of my elements. I'm playing a priest. If anybody know me, they're gonna joke. They're playing, but it was that one. It was that one. I have to go with that.
Gotcha. Tell me why. I love that. I love that. That was good. So this leads us to our third question. Is there anything you need from me as a director / writer to help bring out your best performance?
Honestly, and for everybody that's listening, that know No, Marcellus. I'm gonna say no because you do it every time, whether you know it or not. You know, even Mrs. CEO, she does. She's done gotten the habit of now to do it because it's to the point to where, okay, Doug, I like that, but can you do this? So you're always watching. She's always watching. And when, like I said before, anybody trying to get in this business, it's not criticism. You got to take the good with the bad because you're writing the story. My job is to bring those characters to life. You know how you want it. You can do the role, but that doesn't mean I know what you want. So whenever you tell me, hey, big bro, can you do this? What about this? That uplifts me. I don't look at it as negativity. I look at it as positive because that's actually helping me prepare me with my next role I got to go to. So, you know, I always remember things that you all taught me and other people have taught me, and I look back on them. So, no, I always just ask, well, how do you want it done? You tell me, I'm going to see if I can do it, and you let me know if I'm.
Yep, and each time you deliver, man. Each time. Yes, sir.
Try my best.
I love it, man. Thank you. All right,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Hallelujah, no problem. So this leads to our fourth question. How do you usually prepare for an emotional scene? So, for instance, tell me why. I know a lot of people. For instance, my mom, she saw the role. For instance, when you did that last scene with your eyes, and that was very emotional and it was real. How were you able to place your mindset in that era?
Do goes too well. Do no spiritual goals, none of that. So, you know, when I'm looking and I'm in the character and I see something change in front of me, you know, like
right there you go.
So I'm leaning back so that it just automatically comes to me. And it's actually just from watching other movies and seeing how people would react. How would you do it in real life if something was to happen?
Yep.
You know, so realistically, I try to look at it as that, and then look at other films along the way and try to learn from them. Not try to copy them, but I want to get my own. So when I step out, when people see my face, they say, "Hey man, you see? Tell me why." You see when he did tell me why? Watch his face, man. When he see, watch it. Man, there's that face. I want them to be able to do it.
That's too funny. And that scene is gonna be so famous, man. I promise you, it's gonna be very successful. It's gonna be one of those clips to where you see on TikTok every day. You know what I'm saying? Because the fans, they love it, man. And it's always those moments in different films, you know what I'm saying, that captures the audience attention. So I believe that was that moment, man, because it was just so real. That's Means Pound's favorite scene, man, because it was just the realistic of it. But that was perfect, Doug. That was perfect. So this leads into our fifth question. Are there any personal experiences you draw from any of your characters?
Today, I remember the day I met you. Because I was real close to my mom and both my grandparents, both sets. So doing that, I don't want to give anything away, but when I'm trying to help a couple out during one scene, it just kind of, brought back memories of my mom, my grandmother. Could I have helped them? Could I have done something different? Even though I know I couldn't, that's what it makes you think. So that really helped me get in the character right there. And that really still gets to me even at this day time.
Yes, sir. And I love the fact you're able to put your personal experiences into your characters, because that's what's going to really bring to life, man. I witnessed that. I witnessed you do it, man. And can you tell the fans how long you've been acting?
If you're going to include stand-up comedy, probably 10 years.
10 years.
My actual first film, believe it or not, people, was with CFE Film.
Wow, man. And
I've done comedy.
But from the looks of it,
so yeah.
I'll say from the looks of it, man, it looks like you've been on it for years when you came in. I couldn't tell that you were new. And for somebody who's been in the industry for 25 years, I can tell my newbies and I can tell my long terms. And when you came in, Doug, man, like I said, you killed your audition. And when you came in on set, you was on time, the professionalism was there. I was like, man, look at this man right here, man. And the whole time, bro, you played your part, man. And that's why I say, yo, Doug is CFE. You are CFE, big bro. So I appreciate the answer.
No problem. I'm just delivering what you need delivered.
That's right.
Like I tell you, people that's trying to get into this, always listen to the writer and the producer. It's their script. It's their project. They know how they want the characters to come to life. So, if you're really trying to break into this business, just listen, follow directions, and go with the flow of things. Be able to accept when you're not doing something right versus when you're doing something. Because I noticed with CFE, if you do something wrong, then hey, let's try it this way. But when you do something right, you get it from both ends. So it's not just tipping the scales this way or this way. It's even all the way across the board.
That's right.
So that's one thing I noticed with you since I've worked with you. It's even across the board. And that's one thing that makes the job easy. It makes me want to perform. It makes me want to go out there day in and day out and give 110+%.
Yes,
and that's what it's all about.
I love that, man. I call it respect. I love that. Yes, sir. All right, man. You killing these questions, Doug. All right, so this leads to our next question.
Okay.
What has been the most rewarding part of working on this project? I remember the day I met you so far.
My roles are getting bigger. To me, that's rewarding. When people can sit back and look and say, man, I like what he's doing. Okay. Yep, I like this. And you get rewarded by getting a bigger role. You're getting supporting roles, leading roles. And to me, that's very important because you get to show more of your skills.
That's right.
You're taking baby steps, but you get to show more each time you take those steps.
That's right. That's right. And to me, I call that building your resume, man. You're right. We do have a lot of people who come in and thinking that they do one film, but they what's the word I'm looking for? Help me out, babe. What's the word I'm looking for? I get lost sometimes when I talk about this part. But so you have, okay, for instance, I'm going to use me as an example. So when I first started out, I'm not gonna lie to you, I wasn't humble. I came in with a big head, and I was very conceited because I knew that I went to school for this. I'm like, hey, you know what, I got this. But not realizing and not being humble, it humbled me going on a set and the director telling me like, man, hey, chill out. You're doing too much, but I need you to follow my directions. And I had to learn that the hard way, Doug. You know what I'm saying? I had to suck up my ego, and I was like, you know what? I really want this, and I want to be a better actor, a better person when it comes to these characters. So you're right on that. You're definitely right on that, man. So that was an amazing answer. Amazing answer. All right, Mr. Hollywood, you might like this question. Do you have any feedback or ideas that could improve your scenes or any projects that you're in?
I wanted to tase somebody. That didn't work. Exorcism didn't work, and tell me why. Oh, and the other one, Miss CEO wouldn't let me operate on it. So I'm gonna have to go with the next time I get something. Somebody gonna get hurt, or I need a chokehold or something. Take somebody down. That's gonna be realistic right there. If y'all can find me a part in that, I would love to do that. That's what I'm going for right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, out there in TV land, this is what happened when I get with him. This happens every time I'm around him. This is why I love this, man. I love these guys because this is the fun part about it.
Yeah,
Seriously.
yes, man. And Doug, you make me want to write your own murder scene. You know what I'm saying? Like you make me want to put a body on the floor, man. Hey, let's call 911. Let's get Detective Doug out here right now. You know what I'm saying? I see Doug walking in real slow mo. I'm here. I see it. I see it, man. I love that. I love
Oh,
that.
that day will come. I'm not gonna rush it. It will come.
Oh man, I love the fact you're humble too, man. I love it. I love it. So, Doug,
Yes, sir.
let me ask you this. Let me cross this one out. How do you stay grounded and inspired during a long and difficult shoot? I know a lot of fans and a lot of other actors right now are actually teaching themselves to be patient on set. Because have you ever been on set? You heard somebody, they're upset. I've been in 5 hours. I've been in 6 hours. They ain't even called me back yet. And I know a lot of people, when it comes to sitting and waiting to do your role or for your scene, they get impatient. So can you tell us a difficult moment that you've had on set to where you was like, okay, you know what? Let me humble myself and I'm gonna wait because I know it's gonna be the right time whenever it's my time. You ever had that moment?
Actually, I really haven't. I had moments to where I got frustrated waiting. I did a commercial for Cook's Children's Hospital, and it was like that on the set. And I had to humble myself because I ain't even got to watch it on here. I am. I've been here 5 months. So I had to humble myself because I looked over and there was a kid younger than me that was doing the same thing, commercial, and they were just sitting there patient. So I kind of looked at them, being the adult, I looked over how professional they was. That right there is kind of smack in the face, woke me up and pulled myself after that. Keep myself grounded also by thinking I have a chance to, this is a good opportunity, right? So you don't want to miss it. So I keep myself grounded and keep myself, you have to do that. I have to do that. No ifs, ands, or buts, because if you're not going to be, you won't make it.
Wow.
You won't make it.
That's right. Well, that's true, man. And that's amazing. You said a kid that was there as well
Yeah.
to perform. That's wow, man.
There was a little girl. She was there. She was actually playing my daughter in the next scene. And she just sat.
Patiently waiting.
Yeah. And here I am, a grown ass man.
Pouting face.
I just had to look over and I had to do a double take because she was just sitting there.
Yeah, she humbled you.
Okay. So then, I had to compete. As a grown person, I didn't want to compete with no kid, but I had to.
Yeah, sit up.
I'm trying to be serious like that. So, but all jokes aside, you got to humble yourself.
That's right.
You can't go there thinking you running things because
That's right.
they can always replace you with somebody else.
That's right.
They can always replace you. So I keep myself grounded. That's why, when I'm doing stuff for CFE, I always ask, what do you want me to do? How do you want me to do?
Yep.
Still right here and wait.
That's right.
Keep yourself humble. Keep reading your script along the way. That's what I do. Take my mind off of stuff. I read my script off to the side. Talk to other actors.
Yep. That's a good strategy too, big bro.
Help you keep yourself grounded, keep yourself humble.
Yep. And a lot of the fans and listeners, man, y'all hear that? Tell them one more time for Mr. Hollywood.
Hey, keep yourself humble by reading your script on the side, talking to other actors.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, you guys come in and girls come in rushing, thinking you done modeled and did all this and did
Preach.
You need to hurry up. Take my time. I'm valuable too. I don't give a crap if I'm doing a 30-second part in the. My time is just as valuable as a person that's doing the leading role. So you got to slow your roll down. Relax.
Yep.
Stay grounded.
That's right.
Stay grounded. Everybody's time is important. down to the cameraman and everybody else is important.
That's right. That's right. And this is Marcellus, and I approve that message. Yes, sir. Thank you for that, Mr. Doug. So I have another question here for you, and I believe this was a fan question right here.
Mm-hmm.
What's the one thing, and this comes from Tasha, Mr. Doug, what's one thing you wish more directors and writers understood about characters?
About the characters?
Mm-hmm. What's the one thing you wish more directors and writers would understand about characters? I mean, I'm sorry, about actors.
Some of us take a little longer to get into character versus the other ones. So sometimes, just like actors have to be patient to a certain extent, writers and the producers have to be a little patient. I'm not saying carry it way out, because my goal for me is to, when y'all give me a character, I need to get it right then and there.
That's right.
I got 30 minutes to get that character. As soon as you give it to me, I need to get into that character.
That's right.
Some people can't do that. Some people, it takes them, when we have table readings, 3 or 4 table readings, sometimes it may take a little longer for them to get into that character.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, we have to be patient. I wouldn't be too patient. I'm not saying you got to carry it out, but somewhat we have to be patient along the way.
That's right. That's right, Doug. Good answer, man. Good answer. I love that. And Mr. Hollywood, our last question for the day. Where do you see any of your projects taking your career or growth as an actor?
When do I, or where?
Where do you see your projects taking your career or growth as an actor?
I feel them taking me to the next level. Like I said, once again, a bigger role. That's really the only way I know how to put it. Just taking it to that next level. Some people would say, "Well, you're on that level." Not to me personally. No, I'm not. I want to go more. I want to get up there more. I want to step outside my box even more. Somewhat of an action film. That's my next goal. Comedy is one thing I do. I love making people laugh. That will probably be my ultimate dream, star in comedy. So between that action and comedy, next level, see me doing it.
Got you. I love that. So let me ask you this, Doug. This is my personal question for you.
Mm-hmm.
This is my personal question for you.
Okay.
When you decide to take the time and start your career in the industry, in the film industry,
Mm-hmm.
what were your first thoughts? I want to hear about your nervousness. I want to hear about your first script, your very first script, first time in front of a real camera, like saying, "Hey, I'm here." Like, the pressure. Can you tell us what was that like?
Bubble guts. All jokes aside, you hear me joke about it all the time.
You be serious?
Yeah, but me joking about it is actually being serious. It's the only way I know how to get past it. Like I said, it sounds good. When you get to that point to where you actually got to get in front of a camera, action. My first time, like I said, with Cook's Children, I froze up. And one guy pulled me aside. He said, "I seen you do it out there with no script. You got this." And it froze me up, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I just froze up.
Well, I can say you ain't scared no more, man. You came on my set, you killed it. I ain't see no nervousness. I ain't see anything, man. I saw a man who was hungry.
I still was nervous, even when, I don't know if this CEO remember me saying it. I was still nervous even playing that part as the priest, because we needed to make sure I got that part right.
That's right.
Because I'm very anal. That's why I asked you guys to be hard on me. Any writer and producer to be hard on me, because when I'm bringing a character to life, I need to know what you guys see and how you vision. Did I bring that vision? Yes, okay. That's what I need because I want it to stand out. I want to stand out, not trying to be like Captain, Ernie, or Bert. I want to be Doug.
Yep.
Different. I want to stand out. People, when people say, hey, man, that's that dude who played the priest. Yeah, man, that dude's good in that. I want to stand out.
Got you. I love that. I love that. I love that. My cousin had a question for you.
Yes.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years with your career?
Full-time acting.
Full-time acting. Okay.
Full-time acting. Not being conceited, but I'm going to go and say within another year.
Yes, sir.
I'm pushing myself each day, each script, each movie, pushing myself. So I'm setting goals for myself, and to see me work towards that is what's keeping me going, making me smile, making me, hey, thank you God for waking me up. I'm able to take that next step towards my goal.
Gotcha.
And that's what I'm doing. That's I'm gonna say a year.
Perfect. Lisa had a question. She said, Doug, how do you prepare yourself for a lead role or a serious role?
When I get the script, my first thing I like to do is get with the writer or the director and see how they want this character. If I can see another movie or sitcom or whatever that I know of, based along what they're saying, I can go back and try to watch and see how they're portraying that character and use it as a guideline, and just kind of just throughout the day. Just acting it to myself until I feel like I got it down pat.
Wow. That's an amazing strategy. Yeah. And I know a lot of people can use that too, Doug.
Yep.
That was amazing, man. So the last question of the day, and I think the entire industry are even SAG. I think a lot of people want to hear this, and I'm going to start asking this question more. What would you change if Hollywood came to Texas right now, and let's just say CFE and these other independent production sets, they're on top right now and kicking butt and taking care of business. What would Doug Hollywood change about the industry? If you had a chance right now, and I gave you a contract and say, Doug, this Doug Hollywood is yours. I'm gonna need you to change Hollywood. I'm gonna need you to these certain areas of the industry. How would you change it, and what would you change?
Come up with something different instead of doing the same thing everybody else is doing. For example, you have the Mike Epps and the Chris Tuckers, but then you also have people that are trying to act like them along the way. Stop that. Be yourself. Set your own trail, your own blaze. Me, I would just not worry about them and just try to set my own. Let y'all know that I'm here. This is what I can bring to you guys.
That's right. That's right. I love it, Doug. Doug Hollywood. Doug gonna change it. I love it. I love it. So, Doug, at this time, man, those are all our questions, man. Fans' questions, my questions. I like to just get questions from everybody and they put them on a piece of paper, man, and start asking. So you did an amazing job with the questions. So I want to give you the floor, man. I want you to be able to give the fans your social media. If you want to get something off your chest or say something to anybody that's watching. I'm gonna give you the floor. You can have it.
Y'all can reach me out on Facebook and Instagram. Is at Doug DOUG Hollywood. Those are the only two I have right now. Just want to say hi to my family, my friends, and hey, remember when everything's going downhill, start looking up. That's right, look up. It's God.
That's right.
Start giving him praises. Stay on the right track.
That's right.
Stay motivated, stay positive. And if this is what you really want to do, get with the right people. That's so important. Don't just get out here and jump on the bandwagon because somebody's got a camera sitting there ready to make a move.
That's right.
Do your research. Get with the right people. Make sure that they're taking you to the place that you want to go.
That's right.
And not exploiting you and just use that they're gonna work with you and the roles fitting for you. Just don't settle for anything because someone's got a camera said they're ready to make a movie. They're gonna pay. Because you might end up doing something you really don't do.
No, that's real. That's real too, Doug. And I definitely agree with you on that, man. I also have other writers and directors that's watching this. And they also have feature projects coming up. So do you want to give them either your email or somewhere they can reach out to you?
Yes, for the writers and producers, my email, all lowercase letters, is DOUG .Barbour, BARBOUR, the number 97 at yahoo.com.
That's right. Appreciate that, Doug. And before we end,
I'm not dressing up as no shrug. Come to me with no nonsense.
tell them, Doug, you just make sure you have your fruit and your drinks in your dressing room.
Yeah, my little jello. That's it, And make sure if I'm in the scene, I get to throw an elbow or two, and I'm good.
Yeah. And I can't say this, you guys, before we end it. I can't say this, man. Doug is a true leader because we are CFE is a praying family, and we put God first in every single thing we do. But let me tell y'all something. I am not, as a writer and a director, I am not perfect. There are times to where I know every single time we have a table read, you guys, I make sure I pray. And that I'm telling you, I cannot have a table read without praying because to me, it just won't go right. You know what I'm saying? It just won't go right. So there are times, man, where I do not pray and Doug did not play that. Doug's like, hey, where's that prayer? We need to pray. Yes, sir.
I remember them times. Yep.
Yeah, remember those? So to me, man, that opened my eyes, and the fact that your support system is insane, man. Insane. And no, I'm not trying to put nobody on blast or anything like that, but throughout the whole group, big bro, you be the main one, man, just out there just posting. And I don't expect that. You know what I'm saying? So when I pull up my Facebook and it shows my new feed, it shows Doug sharing, there's Doug sharing, there's Doug, you know what I'm saying? So a major blessing to us, man, and we really appreciate you. We love you here. And I want you to know that.
Y'all have.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Doug Hollywood, that concludes our show. But do me a favor, Doug. Do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
You already know. For the fans and our new fans and our listeners and our watching this, what time it is?
Our time.
Yay! Well, Mr. Doug, man, we really appreciate you, man, and we want you to enjoy the rest of your day. You know, if you need me, hit me up. I got you.
All right, now. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in, CFE. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. Enjoy your day.
I'm going to, brother.
All right.